All right, let's see if this works now. And my screen is showing, perfect. All right, there we go. Let's just edit some stuff real quick. Send the new link out to everyone. Because of course, YouTube is gonna be annoying. All right, let's see if that brings us here. And does it bring us here? Did I disappear again? No, I'm still here. All right, let's share this. All right, now let's send it to the world. All right, we should be good now. All right, there we go. My screen is up. And now we wait. All right, for those who are coming in, let me know if you can see my screen now and if you can hear me. You should be able to see both, or hear both and see both. For those in here, let me know if you can hear me and if you can see me. Let me know if you guys can see my screen and if you can hear me as well. Sweet. All right, we'll give it 2 to 3 more minutes and then we'll start. For those who are watching the replay, just skip to the little chapters that I have and then we'll go from there. For those who are just coming in, let me know if you can hear me and see my screen. All right, we'll start in another minute and then we will go from there. YM was disgusting today. NQ was a lot better. All right, so whoever's not here, I guess they'll come a little later and they'll watch the replay. So before we get started, as always, my name is Advent. I am not a financial advisor, so anything that you guys see in this video or anywhere else on my channel is not financial advice. It is only for educational purposes. Trading does have its risks, so please do your due diligence before you engage in trading. Also, before we start the class, I'm gonna need to get those likes up. There's 8 people in here and 1 like. I'm gonna need at least 4 before I start. So just hit that little like button and I'll be happy. Giving you guys free game, all I ask in return is likes, and that's it. All right, I got what I wanted. Now you guys will get what you want. So today I didn't really do much. I only took 3 trades, 1 on Tesla and 2 on YM for futures. So for YM, let me look at my trade log real quick. Cool. So for YM, the first trade that I took was, let me draw this real quick. So the first trade that I took today was this retracement setup, or not a retracement setup. This is the tweezer model setup. Essentially, once it came down to the 70 fib level, I got filled right here. And then I caught this beautiful move up. Now, I didn't catch the whole thing, unfortunately, but I did catch a nice 50 points off of it. So the trade looks something like this. At 30 points, stop loss as always. And then my first target, or really only target, honestly, since it just went so fast, was 50 points. I only had 1 contract because I don't like to size in big on Friday. I usually use half my position size. So for this first trade right here, that was a quick little 250 bucks with commissions, probably like 245 to 46 around there. So that trade was my first one that I took today. And then the second trade that I took, the exact same trade model, the tweezer, but off the 1 hour time frame. So the first one that I took earlier was the long version, and this is the short version that I took. So same thing here. This one I only took for 30 points, not the 50 plus that I usually go for. So same thing with this one. Let's bring that to 50. So same thing here on this trade. I got filled once we came back up to the 70 fib. It filled me on this candle right there. Let's actually go back to the 5 minute. So it filled me on this candle right here, and I took it off for 30 points, basically the same candle when it got obliterated back down. If I did hold that to my 50-point target, it would have hit, as we can see here, on this next candle. And then it kept on going higher. But that's pretty much all I did today for futures. Quick little 400 bucks in about 30 minutes. I'll definitely take that. Great day, futures-wise. Options-wise, let's bring up Thinkorswim. So for those who trade the strat, as I always tell every single one of you to draw your broadening formations. So when we got the break above for Tesla off the 4 hour, I missed the initial entry once we broke above, and it hit some of my long targets. So I was looking for a TTO on the 5 minute, which never came. So instead, what I did was, when I kept on seeing it was rejecting off these levels here, this broadening formation, I just took a short once it broke this low right there off the 5 minute, and I took that candle down. Very, very easy trade. And later on in the day, it came right back to that level. You had another bearish reversal right off of it. Like I always tell you guys, draw your broadening formations. It's easy money. As you can see, you could have taken the long off the 4 hour trigger from my watch list, and then you could have taken the short twice off the broadening formation reversal. This one obviously gave more than this one, but hey, still winning trades. And we also had a W, looks like it printed at the end of the day. Yeah, right before lunch. Very nice. But yeah, that's pretty much all I took today. Today was OPEX and quad witching, so I'm usually a little more defensive. I use half my position size because if it's going to be a red day, I'd rather it be a small red day than a big one. Any questions before I continue and go over your trades? Actually, while you guys are typing in your questions or what trades you took that you want me to go over, little PSA, if you want to trade professionally, or if you want to trade and make money, you need to stop making excuses and stop making silly mistakes so I can stay within the PG rating of YouTube. Of course, I'm not going to say any names, but today there was a gentleman or gentlewoman, I'm not sure, in one of the groups that I'm in, and their exact words were, hold on, let me see if I can find it. Their exact words were, I'm holding till EOD, which means end of day, F it. If you are talking like that, you are no longer trading and you are gambling. If you want to gamble, go to the casino because we're here to make money and we're here to trade. The market loves stubborn traders because that's where it takes a lot of money from people, being stubborn. Trust me, I was stubborn. I shredded 4.3K on a trade because I was like, it's going to come back. I have 4 months. And that position went to zero for me being stubborn. So if the trade hits your stop loss, cut the trade. There will be more trades to take. We're not here to catch every single one, and we're not going to win every single one. Yesterday, the exact same, well, not the exact same setup, but another trade setup that I take basically weekly that works a lot of the time. Yesterday, I failed twice. I ended red on futures yesterday. It is what it is. There's always more days to trade. Anyway, that's all I have there. I'll keep it short because I don't want to go on a 1 hour rant. But yeah, what trades did you guys take? What do you want me to look at? And we'll go over it together to see what you did right, see what you did, what can be improved, stuff like that. Whoever's just coming in now, let me get whatever trades you want to go over. Just had my first profitable month. My losing days tend to be larger than my winning days. Would you recommend me having a hard stop after a certain dollar amount? Absolutely. For me, I stop after a specific dollar amount or 3 losing trades. Doesn't matter if it's 3 in a row or just 3 in general until it hits 12 noon. Because again, you're going to have red days. It's inevitable. We cannot escape red days. If somebody makes money every day and they're 100%, then please send them my way because I have yet to find one. So what I would say for you, Josh, what I would do in your shoes, definitely have a rule set. Like I mentioned, for my rules, I have a 3 loss limit for the day. If it hits 3 losses, I completely stop. I stop for the day. I just take the L. Because you don't want to get in that revenge trading and trying to get that money back, and then you're even you have an even bigger red day. So definitely a hard stop either at a dollar amount or at a specific number of losses. For me, if I hit 3 losses, then to me that's telling me that something's going on either with myself or with probability and stuff like that, based on my trades, and I just stop. Because it's not worth it, trying to be green. Our goal is not to be green. Our goal is to follow our plan and our rules, and the money will come from that. Cool. So while I don't want to make this a coaching session, which I'm going to avoid, even though I would love to help you guys, I'm going to have a class next weekend. It's probably going to be like 2 to 3 hours long, maybe even 4 hours long, depending how much I talk. But pretty much the class is going to go over my trading journey from when I started to pretty much now, to give people more of a realistic expectation and what trading actually is like, because people tend to have this viewpoint that trading is like, yeah, I get on the charts, I make $1 million, and then I do whatever I want and blah, 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 blah. Which sure, yeah, you can make a lot of money and you can live on your own time, but that's later. People that may be struggling, or people that are new, all that other stuff, they think it's all bells and whistles or whatever that phrase is, but it's a lot of hard work, I'll tell you that. But yeah, that'll be next Saturday or Sunday. I haven't really decided yet. I'll probably post the link up, or the video, probably next Wednesday, so you guys can notify yourselves. I'll have it on YouTube live. It's free for anybody to join. But I'll go over my journey. We'll go over the mentality and disciplines that you need to have, and the lifestyle changes that you need to have to succeed in this, and a bunch of other things. So definitely pass by if you can. And yeah, Josh, definitely congrats on your first profitable month. But yeah, what I would say to that is, hard stops and a hard limit. And then, because you don't want to do well for a whole month and then one day erases all of it. Cool. Do you have a video on how to draw fibs, or do you have a video recommendation? Um, hmm. I wish Trust was here. If Trust, if you are in here, I'm not sure if you have videos on drawing fibs. Um, but definitely bless us with one. Trust My Levels is one of my mentors that taught me fibs. I'll post his course in the chat that you guys can check out if you want, and in the description for those who are watching the replay. But on a basic level, drawing fibs, I draw it from very specific points. But let's say, for example, when you're drawing your fibs, you can pretty much draw them from anywhere, honestly. It really doesn't matter. There's a drawn fib. But again, where specifically to draw it, that really depends on what you're doing. In my past trade recaps, I've gone over the tweezer model. Again, we're just going to wait for a tweezer candle setup, either a tweezer top or a tweezer bottom. We're going to get our fib tool. We're going to take the top, in this case for the short version. We're going to get the highest point before it reversed back down and the lowest point before it reversed back up. And then we're going to draw our fib tool. And then there you go. You have your drawn fib for the tweezer model. And then it filled us today. As we can see here, it died about 50 something points, quick $250 in less than 10 minutes with one contract. But yeah, that's how I draw this. For a more in-depth information of fibs, I'm going to put that in the chat for you guys to check out. Let me see if I can find this link. There we go. Cool. So if you guys do want to check it out, check his course out, there's the link in the chat. Hopefully that answered your question, D. And then RW said, my buy limit on NQ didn't fill. Wanting the precise entry messed with my overall analysis. Then after got caught in chop. So let's go. What time frame were you on, RW, for that specific trade? Took buys almost 60 points away from the limit. It was profitable nevertheless, but went into sells from the chop. Limit was set on the 1 hour for my ex-wife NQ. Let's see. Well, without a wick to the left at 904. Where on the 1 hour did you draw your entry from one of these lows over here on these wicks or these wicks? Oh, over here. There we go. All right, got it. I'm like, the time 904 or the price 904? All right, so your entry was here, which makes sense on why you would choose this. You got some liquidity down there. Oh, man, I would have been salty on that one. I'll tell you that. All right, so in cases like this, for me, if I set my order and because my trade models, I'm very, very, very particular on the trades that I take, and that's the trade model. I'm not gonna move that around. So if I'm gonna get in at the 70 fib on, let's say, the tweezer, I'm gonna get in on the 70 fib, and I've seen it sometimes. It'll come literally like 2 points from not filling, and then it dies like 100 points. It sucks, definitely, but it is what it is. Although this one though, I'm salty for you because it missed you by what, 12 points, and then it went up 145 points. For those who don't trade NQ, 158 points. Ooh, that's a vacation right there. 158 points times 20. $3,160 for one contract. I feel you. But hey, it is what it is. Thankfully, you still got those other 60 points. So, yep, came down here, and then it printed a two. This. I normally don't trade NQ and RW. If you're Ashley, you got me to place the buy on NQ, which I never do. But the setup was there. We got the tweezer on the 5-minute. We draw the fib level. It never came to the 70 though. It kept on it bounced off the 50 and the 382, and then it kept on going higher. But I don't take this trade model off these levels, only the 70. Yeah, it is what it is. Like even this one, it didn't fill me by 13 points, and then it went up. That would have been a nice one. Yeah, Ash. That move. Hey, you called 60 points. I'll be happy with that. My goal for NQ when I used to trade it, I think it was like 25 points a day, something like that. Like $500 per contract a day. So, hey, I'll take a 60-point win any day. And even for those who've seen my W trade model video, which is on my YouTube somewhere, just like search up W trade model or the W trade and it'll pop up. We have two W's on NQ. This is the only setup that I take strat-wise. For those who trade the strat, you know what I mean. For those who don't, I'm not really going to go into the strat because this is not the time or video for that. But even here, where is my long tool? So I would have taken this long right here. Once it broke above this inside bar, my first target would have been the center of the W, which could have been this wick or this wick. Either one is fine. So the first target, 33 points. That one was a nice one. And then the completed W would have been this wick or that one. This one is the one that I would have used. That's 56 points. So even then, if you had one contract at the first target, that's what, 33 points times 20, $660 in 15 minutes. And then after the second target, when the W was completed, that's what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. In 35 minutes, you would have made, what's that, 56.75, 1,100 and change with one contract. Beautiful stuff. And it also gave another one right over here with the higher low. Oh, whoops, wrong tool. Stop is under the right side or under here, depending on your risk tolerance. First target was that 18 points. Completed W, 37 points. Beautiful trades. Like I keep on telling everybody, the market is not random. It's going to print the same setups every single week, every single day. You just got to know how to spot it. I would have been done for 2 days worth if I caught this one on NQ, but I don't trade NQ anymore. All right. Any other questions? Any other trades? What made you stop trading NQ? Because the pullbacks are horrendous. Let's assume I was long up here for the sake of the conversation. This pullback is 30 points. I'm not going to stomach a 30-point pullback on NQ. When I started trading YM, to me, YM moves as quickly like NQ with less of the crazy pullbacks. So For me, I just prefer YM. It's a lot more relaxed. I can catch a lot more, I'll say, easier moves, at least for my liking anyway. Every now and then, I'll still look at the NQ chart just to see how it played out and stuff like that. But I don't. I just stick to YM. And not only that, I don't like to trade more than two tickers a day. So I just trade like one thing with options and then one thing for futures, which for me, YM is the comfy level of volatile, but the pullbacks aren't as crazy, um, you know, when it comes to having a bad day. Let's see, let's use an example real quick. So for here on NQ, this pullback, if it stopped you out, that's about 28, 30 points. Let's see if we could find the W on YM. This is a dirty one, but I guess I'll accept it for this example. So we would have entered in here. The stop loss would be 23 points. That's $115 loss on YM on this W trade. Compared to NQ, which would have been, well, I was like, what, 30, like $600 that you would have lost on that pullback. While on YM, you can stomach these pullbacks a lot more than you can on NQ. At least for my account, I'll tell you that, because I'm good on trading NQ. I'll tell you that. So that's a quick little example why I prefer YM over NQ. But again, do whatever works for you. When I taught this student last year, I was still trading NQ at the time. All he trades is NQ. Well, granted, actually, we spoke like a few days ago, and he's while he does great with NQ, once I kept on telling him about YM, he's coming to the Young Money team. So he's enjoying YM a lot more than NQ. Still makes money on both, but again, those pullbacks and that drawdown is a lot more manageable on YM compared to NQ. So my personal opinion and my personal experience. You missed the setup last night at 4 a.m. What setup? If it's an ICT setup, you're going to have to walk me through it because I don't trade ICT. I know of ICT concepts, I just don't trade it. And Chris, was that on NQ, ES, YM, RTY, gold, oil, etc.? Assuming you're still here. I wish I could see who's in here. It just tells me how many viewers. 4 a.m. Was it a short? I'd imagine if it's a short, if it died down here from what we can see. Where would you have entered at? This is the 5-minute time frame. So this is 4 a.m. on this doji to 5:20. Now let's do 5. So this is 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. Yep. Yeah, exactly, Ash. To me, you're the NQ queen, so give you your flowers. But yeah, you can always risk down with YM since the drawdown is a lot more manageable, especially for smaller accounts. Actually, technically, this is a tweezer, a short tweezer model right here on the 5-minute that I just noticed. Oh man, gotta love it. So it would have filled you by, It would have went against you. What's that? Literally 0.70 by 75 cents. It would have went against you, and then it got obliterated straight down. Entry was here. Oh, I would have been mega done on that trade. I would have been done probably when it broke this low too. Gotta love the tweezer. And I pray that they never change that algorithm because I need to print as much money as I can off it. Yeah, it looks like well, the doji came back and stopped you out, and then it kept on going down. I hate those. Yeah, it is what it is, though. We'll catch the other ones. Just got to chalk it up to probability. If you followed your plan and your rules and it stopped you out anyways, it is what it is. Can't really fight that. Cool. For those who are coming in, any other trades that you guys want to go over, or whoever's in here now, any trades that you guys want to go over? Also, if you're going to give me an options trade, give me the exact time you entered, actually, I'll write it down. So for options trades, exact time you entered, the fill price that you paid for the contract, and the expiration and strike price. And of course, the ticker. Because when people tell me, hey, I took puts on Tesla. Cool. That literally tells me nothing. I need details. Can't really give feedback with no details. Any other trades that you guys want to go over today? I'll give it a minute or two. If there's nothing, then I guess we'll wrap up and we will enjoy our weekends. What about gold? I was under the impression that it was a market structure shift to the upside for gold. I haven't looked at gold in a long time. At what time for gold, for the MSS to the upside? What time and what time frame? Wednesday breakout on the 4-hour. So this was Wednesday. I'm going to imagine that you mean this bar, or I'd imagine one of these bars on Wednesday. I would say that it shifted structure back to the upside because we're getting higher lows. Where's my tool? So we had a low, lower low, and then a higher low, and then another higher low, and then another higher low, kind of, and then it got obliterated back down. So I would say that it went up. Doesn't mean it has to continue going up though. So around midnight, yeah, I guess one of these candles here. Yeah, it did, in my opinion, it did shift to the upside. And then here, just like Chris said, it's just shifting back down. To get that big move on gold, that's what, 44 points? Shoot. Yeah, in this case, it's just the structure shifted up, and now it's shifting back down with a lower low. Now we got to see what happens on Sunday. Yeah, that drop was crazy. Maybe news related. I'm not too sure. Let's see what this says. Oh, that's just that. Gold surrenders early gains. Oh, yeah, it's just like a recap of what happened. Yeah, the buys were real nice on Wednesday when you caught that. I would say that 100%. Gold is what? How many points, or how many what's the dollar value per point? I haven't traded gold in a while. Hold on, let's see. Gold is GC $10 a tick, and there's 10 ticks in a point, if I recall correctly. $100 a point. Okay. That, of course, I don't know exactly when you entered, but let's assume you took this. Oh yeah. That's a beautiful one right there. 26 points, $100, 2,600. Beautiful. Definitely. Whoever caught that short though, let me hold the dollar. That's 39K, almost or not 39K, $3,900, almost 4,000. Yeah, that short was taking the escalator up. Wait, is it? Yeah, the escalator up and then the elevator down. Definitely took it down. I'll tell you that. It's like the same thing happened here too. We have a big W on the 4-hour, which is hilarious. And then it completed the W, retraced back down to the center of the W, W retracement setup to the actually textbook setup right there. Came back up, and they couldn't take it higher. Took the elevator straight down. That was Wednesday. Wednesday around midnight. Yeah. Around midnight, you had that the higher low reverse to the upside, and then it just didn't look back. That one was beautiful for whoever caught that. All right. Looks like besides just looking at other old trades, there isn't any new ones. So before we wrap up, what was everybody's biggest takeaway from today's session? You can type it in the chat. I wish YouTube let me bring people on to talk. Whatever your biggest takeaway was, or whatever stood out to you the most in this session. And when you guys are typing that, a reminder for next weekend, probably Saturday or Sunday, Haven't decided yet. I'll figure the exact time that day. I'm probably going to start around 4 or 5 p.m., probably 5 p.m., to give people time to enjoy at least the beginning of their Saturday anyway. But I'm pretty much going to be going over, it's going to be like a 2 or 3 hour class. It's going to be on YouTube as well. You can catch it on the live. It's open forum, so anybody who wants to join, anybody who wants to come chop it up, you can definitely come by. I'm going to be going over, the proper expectations, uh, for trading, what patterns and lifestyle changes you'll need to switch up to be successful when you're trading. I'm going to be going over my personal journey in a more detailed, um, what's the word I'm looking for? In a more detailed, my brain turned off. I'm going to be going over my trading journey, very detailed. I think that's broken English, but I'm tired. Um, anyway, I'm also going to be going over, let's see, what do I have in the agenda? Give me a sec. I have this here. I haven't fully finished my notes. I want to make that session like very organized because for those who know me, I can talk a lot and I can go off on tangents for a long time. So, all right, let's see what I have here. And of course, I don't have it on this browser. Give me a sec. There we go. All right, I'm going to be going over my story. I made a poll on Reddit where I asked people or asked traders, how has trading negatively affected your life? Which includes self-image, how you talk to yourself and view yourself, which is a very big thing that I see people doing. I did it myself. How it's affected your personal relationships, um, how how it's affected your finances, and there was something else that I forgot that I asked as well. But I'll go over it in the class, whatever the other fourth thing is. Um, what else? Self-sabotage. That's going to be a big one because I find a lot of people and people that I've worked with, they know exactly how to trade, but they'll continuously make the exact same errors day in, day out. And to me, that tells me there is an underlying subconscious thought that you don't believe you deserve this. I'll give you an example. Well, I'm not going to go too deep into it now because I want to hold that for next week. But to give you an example, for those who know Randy Howell, he's a trader psychologist. I worked under him last year for a few months in one of his courses. Great guy, taught me a lot. But he mentioned one of his students, every time his account would go over 1 million, he would like mess up and shred it right back down under 1 million. And it wasn't until that he discovered uh, from his student that nobody in his family has ever been a millionaire. So he didn't think he deserved to be a millionaire. And then his self-sabotage would kick in and then make him mess up to basically put himself under 1 million because he thought he didn't deserve to be a millionaire. And once they work through that, he's doing great. So yeah, we're going to be going over self-sabotage, a lot of mindset and mentality shifts and things that you guys should definitely know when it comes to the trading business. What else do I have here? I'm going to be going over as well, like coaching, getting coaching, why it's important, all that other stuff. Omari, it's going to be next Saturday or Sunday, probably around 4 or 5 p.m. It's going to be like 2 or 3 hours long. You can jump in and out if you want. It really doesn't matter. I'm just going to be talking. But if people want to chime in, hey, please come and share your experiences. I'm going to share my experiences. It maybe can get a little emotional or deep. That's okay. We're all human. Don't feel ashamed. I'm here to support you guys. And again, open forum, because I know, as traders, for people in our personal lives that don't trade, they don't understand this. You'll be like, oh, babe, this happened in the market and then this happened to me. They'll be like, well, why don't you just take your profit? but it's like, it's not that simple when you're on tilt, So it's good to have like a place where we can, share experiences and, learn from each other and all that other good stuff. I'm also going to be going over, how do I put this? I'm going to be going over a exercise that my personal life coach and mentor had me go through when I first started working with him that completely changed my trading career. Well, more so, it changed my life, first of all, and then it bled into my trading in a good way. So we'll be going over a lot of stuff that day. So if you can, definitely come in and participate live. It will be great. So you can ask me questions and, you can give me your comments. You can give me your story. We can, go over it together. But yeah, that'll be next Saturday or Sunday. Probably by this upcoming Wednesday, I'm going to post a live video, like the link to it, so you guys can like notify yourselves. And then, of course, in the groups that you guys know me, and I'm going to place the alerts there as well, or notifications. So just keep an eye out for that. And let's keep on winning. Any last things you guys want to chime in about before we hop off? Ash said the tweezer model was a big takeaway from today's session. Yeah, definitely. I discovered that thing like a month ago, and I'm like, this thing is a freaking money printer. I think with the two that I took today, that puts me at about 11 or 12 trades that I've taken live, and it's failed once so far. And on paper trading and like back testing, I've probably seen it about like 16, 18 times. But hey, super high win rate, hasn't failed me that much yet. So definitely take advantage. Here to learn and share said, new here and not a future traders yet, but my biggest takeaway was the comparison between NQ and YM. Yeah, those NQ pullbacks, as Omari will tell you if he's still in here, aren't fun. They'll have you crying in the corner. Not talking from experience. But yeah, if that's all for today, appreciate you guys for coming by. Oh, one last thing that I'll mention, because some people were mentioning or letting me know they couldn't find the live recaps. The same link that you use to join this call is the same link that's going to be the replay if you want to see it in the future. Also, when you're on my channel, I think it shows up in the home section. I could be wrong. Yeah, I think it shows up in the home section. But if you want to see the live ones, just click on the live tab and it'll show you all the lives that I've had that we've gone through so far. So like this one, once we're done here, it's going to just post to this channel or this, thing here. Also, in my playlists section, I always add it to the trade recap series. So you can see all the ones we've done so far and all the ones that we'll continue to do in the future. Cool. Well, that is all for me for today. If you guys let me, I'm going to talk for the next 2 hours and we got places to be. So enjoy your weekend, enjoy your Friday, and I will talk to you guys on the internet later.